We live in a world overflowing with bold visions of the future.
We're told that artificial intelligence might outthink us, that we could live forever by uploading our brains into a digital realm and leave biology behind. Transhumanists promise that we'll trade flesh for immortal hardware. And long-termists urge us to focus on trillions of hypothetical future minds, because those digital descendants, not the bodies in this room, are what really matters. As these digital visions captivate our imagination, there's one undeniable truth that remains at the heart of who we are: our mortal, sensing, and vulnerable bodies. Tonight, I want to show you why any future worth living must start not by escaping our flesh, but by recentering it. Because the moment we treat the body as optional, we risk engineering a world that overlooks the very essence of our shared humanity. Leonardo da Vinci warned that no matter how eloquent the description, the body defies capture in words alone. 5 centuries later, even flawless 3D renderings remain shadows of the lived experience. Every sensation, every gesture, and every heartbeat grounds us in the moment and makes our lives deeply real. The warmth of a handshake, the reassurance of touch, or the simple pleasure of shared physical space are all irreplaceable facets of the human experience. Your body connects you to the world in ways that no digital image ever could. Every sight, sound, taste, scent, and caress reaches us through receptors woven deep into our tissues. Our bodies define how we walk, how we give birth, carry our children, and how we create art. With our bodies, we sense the world and shape it. One masterpiece, technological innovation, or hug at a time. Body and mind are inseparable. Being human is at its core beautifully and powerfully physical. Our physicality is not a problem to be solved, but a gift that allows us for the full range of our human experience: pain, pleasure, fatigue, joy, grief, and even love. When we notice the beauty of an aging hand, the resilience in a weathered face, or the tender vulnerability of a child's first steps, we witness the poetry of our flesh in everyday life. These moments connect us to one another and remind us that no amount of digital abstraction can replace the fact that our physical forms are intertwined with our identity and our shared human story. I've spent more than 2 decades teaching anatomy, from dissection tables as a teaching assistant to the lectern and lab as a professor. I helped design Canada's first virtual reality anatomy lab and founded the Hackspace for Innovation and Visualization in Education, the Hive, where we develop media for biomedical education. But nothing in my digital toolbox matches the first moment for my students in a dissection lab. Students fall instinctively silent as they pull back the drapes. Before them lies their body donor, a body that only months ago was warm with laughter, breath, and heartbeat. With this sense of awe in my students, I teach them to trace a peripheral nerve with the same care they'd give a living patient. We come face to face with the fragility of human life. In the anatomy lab, Detached scientific curiosity meets reverence, humility, and empathy. This encounter transforms how future medical professionals, and anyone really, approaches questions of life, care, and respect. In the hive, I slip on a headset and summon the holobrain. Suddenly, I'm inside Phineas Gage's skull, replaying the 1848 blast that drove an iron rod through his frontal lobe. The simulation is working. I feel a flush of pride. I helped build this. And then it hits me. The model is flawless, yet the man it depicts is nowhere. I can see the injury, but I can't feel Phineas's anguish or smell the gunpowder and blood. In that moment, I understood the paradox. The more flawless our virtual worlds become, the more urgently we must return to the stories and the messy, mortal reality of the human body. Today, as we scroll through social media and attend virtual meetings, we are increasingly tempted to view the world and each other as collections of pixels and data points. Neuroscience warns of the cost. Swap touch for screens, and the brain's mirror neuron system, those are cells that automatically echo another person's movements and feelings, they go quiet. Levels of oxytocin decline. And the subtle electrical rhythms that normally sync two interacting brains, they drift out of alignment. The pandemic made it clear. Our connectivity soared, while our connection shrank. We became faster, but less empathetic. Compassion and understanding come from being physically present with one another. A kiss is profound because of the density of sensory receptors in our lips and our tongue, whose signals activate the brain's emotional circuits and result in a rush of hormones. If we allow ourselves to drift completely into the digital ether and let medicine become a collection of spreadsheets and avatars, we lose what makes us human. Our strength that comes from our diversity, not our sameness. We've been here before. For centuries, anatomy atlases and clinical photographs insisted that the standard patient was young, fit, white, and male. Those images shaped everything from drug trial enrollment to diagnostic criteria, leaving women, children, racialized communities, and people with disabilities misdiagnosed and untreated. Today's algorithms learn from yesterday's archives. When you feed biased historical data into an algorithm, the code simply repackages the old exclusions in digital form, now with the seductive authority of math. But the truth is, every body tells a different story. The scar on a goalkeeper's knee, the stretch marks that chart a pregnancy, the tattoo that memorializes a milestone in our lives. The body reminds us that we all carry our own distinct story. Acknowledging and honoring these differences reveals the full tapestry of the human experience, a rich mosaic of cultures, histories, and identities. Celebrate that mosaic and we reclaim the full bandwidth of our humanity. Lose it, and we become ghosts haunting our own data. While technologies like artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and 3D modeling have tremendous potential to enhance our understanding of the human body, they can never substitute for the very real human body. This isn't a rejection of technology. Far from it. Technology can elevate our understanding, enhance diagnostics, and increase global connectivity. And at the same time, we don't want to lose that profound sense of awe and responsibility that comes from feeling, seeing, and honoring the embodied reality of life. Our bodies are the foundation of our lives. They allow us to experience the world directly. Ignoring our physicality in favor of digital abstractions leaves us with a life that is in many ways less authentic. A truly humane future won't be built by code, gadgets, or speculative theories. It begins with recognizing our common embodied reality and cultivating empathy, respect, and ethical responsibility for every body. We are collectively obliged to safeguard the conditions that let all bodies be nourished and remain healthy. We have to take care of each other. Place your hand on your sternum. Close your eyes. Feel that rhythmic thump. 2.5 billion times in an average life. That is not a line of code. It's you, pulsing with possibility. Open your eyes. Imagine a future that is designed to serve that beat in every body. Because if we lose sight of that, it doesn't matter how powerful our machines become. We'll have overlooked the one thing that truly defines us, our living, breathing, finite, and dignified humanity. Thank you.